Hey everyone, it's been a little while since I've done any kind of new videos or anything. I've been getting a few questions on a few things, and I just thought I'd kind of maybe show a few things on how I do my decoys, different things that I experiment with, everything else. So what I've got here is a cedar body with a cedar bottom board on it. This is 2-piece. Got my lines drawn on it, got my center line, I've got the mark where my head's gonna go. My head, I try to pre-do my heads before I do my bodies, just so I kind of got an idea of where, you know, the head position's gonna be, if I can turn the head, and then I like to trace on the body as well so that I know where to stay out of, so I'm not disrupting that head shelf for where that's gonna sit on the body. So what I'm working on this week is, I guess I would consider it like a Carolina style of body, North Carolina, maybe even a little bit of Virginia. I'm not entirely sure on that. And so basically the look that we're going for is, I just finished this other mallard body, and it's kind of almost a wedge style body where you've got a really small bottom, kind of this sharp line going around the edges, and a steep kind of slant, and then just a real gentle rollover of the whole decoy on the back. I dig this style. I think I'm gonna start switching to this style a lot. I think it rides the water really good. It's super easy to make, and I just think it's a sharp looking body. I like it a lot. So anyways, I'm gonna kind of go over how I make this. So like I was showing, I've got my center line drawn. That's my top profile of the bird. So I'll stay off of that. I've got my side line drawn. Basically what I'm gonna do is round this decoy from basically this line over to this line. And that's what kind of leaves that sharp line like on this other decoy. And then I've got my bottom drawn on here. And so I'll go from this line to this line and kind of 45-degree cut that wood out of there to get the body shape that I'm looking for. So I'm gonna go on these birds, I rough them out with a hatchet. So we'll just kind of start removing some wood here. Please be careful with any kind of hatchet. If you haven't used one before, there is a little bit of a learning curve. And on the same fact, if you are gonna do this, have a sharp hatchet. One of the guys that, when I was coming up in construction, that kind of, when I was being an apprentice carpenter, always used to tell me, you never cut yourself with sharp tools, you cut yourself with dull tools. And what that means is, if you got a sharp tool, it's gonna cut a lot better. If you got a dull tool, it's gonna hit that wood and wanna deflect off of there. And that's where, you know, if you have your hand in a bad position, I mean, you're gonna get yourself. So just always be mindful of where your hands are at when you're doing this. And yes, I know, before somebody puts in the comments, I know that I could probably do 90% of this with a bandsaw. But to me, that's not the point. Okay, so that's going to be close there. Now, you always got to remember too, about halfway through that decoy, your grain is going to change. So you can work from this forward and from about midway back. If I was to try to chop from back here it would split out a big old piece and go who knows where. So always try to remember that about midway through that bird, you're going to want to switch directions and go back the other way. And it'll just save yourself a lot of lot of trouble and grief. Pretty close there. I know it all looks rough now and everything, but when we get to the draw knife and the spoke shave, it'll start cleaning a lot of this rough stuff up. A lot of this stuff I've just kind of learned off of books and help from other carvers, but I'm in Utah. This is not a hotbed for decoy carving. If it wasn't for the internet and the kindness of a lot of carvers out there, I'd still be making, well, birds the way that I used to, and they were not very nice looking. Working on the bottom and the sides now. And like I said, I know this isn't for everybody. I know there's modern tools and everything that'll make it easier, but I really enjoy this aspect of it. And yes, it wears your arm out in a hurry, but after the first few that you do, it does get easier. Okay, so I'm just going to shut up now and okay, so from there, I'm going to take my draw knife. I'm going to try to start cleaning some of this up. I mean, you can see how haggard that is. But we're going to clean that up, make it look a lot nicer. Okay, so that has started to clean it up better. And then from there, take a spoke shave. This is where you really start to see the difference. And my favorite part of decoy carving. So you can see there, you can start to see that hard line developing. We're starting to get that 45 over to our center line here, all the way back to the tail. And you can see the round over. So you can see where we went from the one square side to basically a decoy, what's starting to take shape of a decoy pretty quick. Hope you can see that. So basically now we just do the same thing on the other side. Shape that over. We'll get the head put on, get it nailed on. And then I like to come back and do the breast after the head's on. That way I can flow the line from the head down into the breast so that it all just kind of flows as one. Like on this decoy here where we come off the neck joint here down into the chest. I mean, there's no hard line there. It's all nice in one piece. So anyways, that's just a little bit on how I do some of my bodies with the hatchet and the draw knife and the spoke shave. If anybody has any questions or anything, like I said, I just do what I do. I'm not by any means, maybe even somebody that should be given advice or anything, but I have made a few decoys before, and I am more than willing and happy to help anybody that has a question on tools, wood, paint, whatever. DM me, let me know what I can help you with, and I'll try to point you in the best direction that I can. So anyways, stay tuned to the channel, to my page here, and I got a lot more in store for this year. Got some swan bodies coming up, got some miniatures coming up, some more doves, some cork birds. So anyway, stay tuned. I appreciate everybody watching.